everyone, and good evening. Welcome into the Pink Tech Try, where this is your next workshop. I am very honored to have one of my dearest girlfriends come on with us. She has been a ride or die in my life, I would say, since 2020, when Chatone and I got close. So, without fail, I'm excited to read to you a little bit about her. And I think you guys are going to love everything that we have to share with you today, all about mindset and all about shifting it to a positive mindset. Chatone Morrison is trademarked as the Princess of Positivity and is the owner of Chatone Morrison Consulting, a coaching practice where she specializes in supporting women moving through the challenges of low self-confidence and negative self-talk with core energy coaching and emotional freedom technique or tapping. Doesn't that sound intriguing already, you guys? Like, I love this woman. After 25 years as a corporate warrior, traveling 30% of the time for human resources and global internal sales education, Chatone went back to school and graduated from a top coaching program. Armed with professional coaching certification and a passion to help working women struggling with overwhelm, lack of clarity, low self-esteem, and low body confidence issues. She quit her corporate gig and started her own business. In 2015, Chatone added personal styling for plus size women and started her Mary Kay business. And later in 2022, she became a sales director. Chatone counts as her greatest accomplishment her dedication and faith in God, being happily married for 35 plus years to her high school sweetheart, Mark. They share two young adult college students, her son, Levi, 18, and her daughter, Caitlin, 22, and share custody and caregiving for their elderly mothers. When the family isn't at home in Maryland, you can find her enjoying time with family in Florida or the Dominican Republic. Chatone is a lifelong writer, poet, spoken word artist, and an avid online live broadcaster, hosting a show called The Sunday Corner since 2016. She's also extremely proud of her work during COVID when she founded an online writing and creativity community, the Confident Content Cafe, and published her first book, FATT and Happy, Fat and Happy, available on Amazon. In September 2024, after a full year of planning, Chatone and her partner Morgan Bustos realized a dream to start a project and podcast called Getting to After and began a group coaching program focused on midlife mamas in need of transformation in October. Chatone was thrilled to co-host her first podcast series dedicated to supporting women survivors of domestic violence called Overcoming Silence, which allowed Morgan to finally tell her harrowing story of violence and escape. In October, she also created and launched a free workbook on limiting beliefs and a virtual magazine focused on strategies for women and domestic violence situations. Chatone teaches that you can release your negativity so your positivity will reign in your brain and your business and your big, bold, beautiful life. And if you are brave enough to try, your and era is right around the corner. Please welcome to the stage my good friend, Chatone Morrison. Yay!
Woo, that makes me sound important. But anyway.
You are important, Chatone. I just,
Oh,
we were just talking. I want to just share to the audience. We were just talking before we started that Chatone's daughter is getting married very, very soon in 17 days, but like who's counting? 17 April 7th. Yeah, okay. It's like around the corner. And something that I just love so much about reading your accolades, Chatone, is that you are doing exactly what it is of a legacy leader does. Like you are leaving a lasting legacy for Caitlin to watch, for her daughters to watch. And this is like the season. This is the first child to get married. And for you, I know that this must be such an emotional process, but
it
to
is.
just know you have such a strong foundation and always have had a strong foundation of who you are, that you get to create that ripple effect for her and her legacy. I'm just so proud to know you and so proud to have you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I'm always, anytime you ask me, I'm like, where? just tell me where. I don't
Right.
even know who it is, but I'm like, if you're a part of it, I'm there. So, but thank you for reading all of that. Today what we want to talk about is positivity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Couple other things. We're going to be talking about energy as well and how energy plays into that mindset. If we can bring up the first slide, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would be great. We can bring up the first slide. So the first slide obviously is just going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. A positive mindset is not just for pretty moments. A lot of times we think about that. I'm feeling positive. I'm having a great hair day. I'm not, by the way. I'm having a great body day. My outfit looks amazing, or I just got a promotion, or I just made a big sale. And it's like that dictates our mindset, but it doesn't. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just for pretty moments. We have to shift our thoughts and change our world. And it's interesting, depending on what your business is, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a corporate warrior, or a stay at home mama, one of the things that happens is that mindset governs everything regardless. And as women, we drive the home. I mean, I'm a very traditional woman. I believe in submission to my husband and all of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But who drives the emotion in the household? I do. Who drives what's getting things done? It's I do. So we really make a profound difference. So you can bring up the next slide. I want to share with you a little bit about my story. This is really, this is me. Okay. This is children. I have braids at that point, but this to me really gives an indication of what it looks like for change, for thoughts to happen
Mm-hmm.
and change to happen. On the left-hand side, I'm holding my head, I'm nervous, and I thought I was doing great. That's the version of me. I was like coming out of I'm from New York, New Jersey area, so we were all black all the time. I was coming out of that. I was starting to wear my signature color, fuchsia. But in reality, I had so much insecurity. I was always playing it off. I was always looking at the room to see like what emotion should I have right now and trying to meet others, right? Creating all kinds of codependency and madness. I was always unsure. I wasn't really sure what strong mindset looked like, but I thought I was positive, right? Because I liked myself, or so I thought. Then I realized that true positivity, it radiates peace and confidence. There's actually a radiation effect that comes through. And if you think about true radiation, it's strong, right? It cuts through to the bone. And when you're able to really bring that in, it's such a big impact. But I had to do the work. I journaled, I got a therapist, I did the
Mm-hmm.
practices that I teach. I do believe that any coach who doesn't have a coach is, well, sus.
So true.
So I did the work, and the shift still didn't happen overnight. You can't change ingrained thoughts overnight. Once you start to engraft that positive mindset, you do start to see little changes, but it doesn't happen overnight. So today we're going to be talking about some of the ways, whatever roles you have, you'll be able to start to see those little shifts happen. And I do know that there's a lot of people here that are entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial women. We got lots of we type A now. We like our A's, okay? But the truth of the matter is, it's not who you are when you're in front of the client. It's not who you are when you're in the boardroom. It really is who you are when you're standing in your closet getting dressed. It's who you are when you get out of the shower and maybe you avert your glance from the mirror. That's who you really are. And so a lot of times we're doing a lot of shifting and pivoting and playing it off as opposed to being real. Can you bring up the next slide? So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to do a mindset reset. That's part of our goal for today. That really matters. Not a lot of fluff. This is not like a hype up session. We're going to talk about some real things in here. We're going to do a journaling moment because I am a writer. It's my book in the background. I am completely all about getting things out of your mind and onto paper, or sometimes in a recorder, but I like putting it down. That kinesthetic release is really awesome. It's trademark write and release. And then we're going to try a little bit of tapping. So we're going to do a little gentle tap into your positive energy. And then I've got some gifts because, like, why show up for Brittany if I don't have some gifts for you? So we're going to have some presents as well. Can you bring up the next slide?
I love it. Oh, I'm so excited.
So, let's think about this. What does positivity mean anyway? What does it really mean? Because so many times we think, oh, this person's really positive. They're always smiling. And then later on, they're super depressed on medication, or some people even, lose their lives like this. They take their own lives. That positivity wasn't real. It's the toxic positivity. So it doesn't mean pretending. It doesn't mean it's not that. It's not the selfie moments that make you positive.
Mhm.
It's being on purpose. And I have to laugh, Brittany. I don't know if you're old enough for this. Like I'm probably way older than you. Um, but when I thought of being on purpose, it made me think right away about the movie Baps because back in the day, they used to call me that, Black American Princess, right? It was a thing. And I'm like, I need to recoin that phrase to Bop because being
Mm-hmm.
on purpose is so critical to your mindset and your energy. Choosing your thoughts with power and peace, not choosing them based on what you think you're supposed to be thinking, what you
Mm-hmm.
think people are waiting for you to do, what you think has to happen. It really has to do with what do you want? You can't figure that out just in a moment. You have to sit down and do the work to figure out what that looks like. So, positivity has more to do with how you feel and the feeling others have when they're around you, but also when you go back home, when you are in the bathroom by yourself, when you are in front of the mirror in the morning, what things are you saying to yourself? What's your mindset doing? And I have found that working with so many women that what's usually going on, Brittany, it's so negative. It's so negative. And in the world we're living in, the weight loss drug world that we're living in, women are constantly being told who they are and who they're not. And then you get into those situations where you're a sales director or you're doing great in your business or you're doing the thing, you're corporate work or you're traveling. And yet you still have this little part of you that's like, you feel a little inauthentic. So we're going to work on
Mm-hmm.
that today. Can I see the next slide,
Mm-hmm.
please? So let's just look at this for a second. I actually love these pictures. If you look all the way to the right, it's my right, you have this aerial artist, right? I actually had one of my team members was an aerial artist. Amazing. She did stuff. I'm like, you do that and sell makeup. Like, are you serious? Um, Imagine what her mindset has to be saying. Imagine what thoughts you have to be having in your mind in order to do this well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that she's thinking, I'm going to fall? My leg is cutting off circulation. What are they saying underneath me? Do I have a panty line? Like, let's be for real. Like, these are the things that we think about. Well, our mindset actually creates our experience. Just think about that for a second. Your mindset creates your experience, which means that if the mindset is off, if it's off kilter, if it's off balance, then your experiences are also going to be off kilter and off balance. And because you haven't figured out the mindset is off, what ends up happening is you think it's that person's fault or I did this thing wrong. But actually, it could have been just the thoughts that needed to be changed. So, as a core energy coach in core energy coaching, where we actually have levels of our energy, it says how you show up shapes what shows up for you. Now, many people may call that law of attraction. This is just, you don't even have to be new age or anything like that. Truly, if your energy is saying nothing's going to work, the world will match you. Nothing's going to work. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought about this woman on the left, she's preparing herself. She's getting herself ready. She knows she's got to get up. Look, that looked like the ocean over here. I'm like, how are you doing aerial arts over the whole ocean? Okay, I don't
No,
understand.
thank you.
Right? But the thing is that she's got to be in her head, right, Brett? I mean, she's got to be thinking about it. She's not frowning. She's also not fake smiling. She's in the zone. And in order to truly have a positive mindset, we have to figure out and identify what our zone is, figure out how to get there, how to stay there, and what pushes us off the mark. Because those things that push us off the mark are the things that keep us from what our goals are. So there's some questions there for you. What's shaping you? What you listen to matters. Who you associate with matters. Your unhealed trauma, it matters. And how you talk to yourself, especially when no one's around, it matters. And so when you start to really think about those things, when you start to do the work, and that work may be by yourself, it could be with self-help books, it could be with workbooks, it could be with a therapist, it could be with a coach, it could be with a friend. Trusted, healthy, invested. So most likely you need a therapist, okay? Because it's hard to find friends like that, right?
I
Um,
believe everyone should have a therapist. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm a big advocate for it. I really do, and I believe in it, and I believe in the work that happens through it. So if you
it's
talk
it's
to me, I'm gonna be leading you straight to a referral.
Well, it's important. And I think that, can I have the next slide? I think it's so important because we have to really start to think about where the mindset actually is. And sometimes we don't have the wherewithal to figure that out for ourselves. Can I get the next slide? So let me know if you're having an issue with the slides. Or is it up? Okay, there it goes. Okay. I wasn't seeing it on my side. All right. So when we start to think about mindset overall, I mean, it's such a buzzword. It used to be like a cool word, and now it's like we're getting mindset to death. But it really has to do with this: how you think and how you feel and what's pushing you. So, as opposed to all these big definitions, it's a set. So, if you think about like a set point, like your weight, there are people that have a set point that's always just the same. Like they don't gain a lot of weight, they don't lose a lot of weight, they're right there. Back when I first started coaching, I mean, probably like 2008, I developed, I'm always creating stuff, right? And I developed this thing called the energy set point because I was started working with women and I started working right away and started noticing that the way where I wanted them to go was like so far away from where they were. And so I said, you know what? We're going to create this set point and really trying to find out with women where their set point is and how can they adjust that. It's not easy, but at least if you acknowledge, most of the time I'm faking it. I don't believe in faking it till you make it. I think that's a great way to break it. I don't believe in it. I just don't. So let's look at these two mindsets. So there's the mindset that are energy drains, things for entrepreneurs that we have a lot, or especially in organizations where there's a fair amount of competition. I have to hustle. I hustle super hard to succeed. That leads to burnout and resentment. Or, I need other people, excuse me, to validate me. And that could be in any industry. These come whether you're at work or at home, this idea of I need someone else to tell me I'm doing great. I need, in fact, that's why it's so hard for me to even write accolades because I'm not that girl. And people always have to ask me, oh, please, Chatone, give them to me. And I'm always like the last minute doing it because I spend so much time in my life needing someone to validate me that I don't even care if you read them. Like I show up and I'm who I am. I don't need that. But the truth is we all need it. You know what I'm saying? Needing others to validate you leads to overgiving and self-doubt because when it doesn't happen, you're like, so was it good enough? Was it, you have all those thoughts. And I love this visual at the bottom where this woman is looking in the mirror and she's got those messages. Now, I am a firm proponent in putting little stickers on a mirror. I think it's awesome, giving you the positive thoughts or the affirmations. But so many times, I put this here because so many times those are the self-talk messages that are negative, that are kind of reinforming us that we're not good enough.
Mhm.
Whereas if we have a reset, you start to think about that my energy leads to my results. Validation begins within. Validation begins within. Brittany, is one of the biggest things that we need to learn,
Mhm.
that it's not about what's happening outside. You could have a rough year. You could have a year that's a down year, or even energy wise, health wise. You could have a year like I've had, like planning a wedding in 5 months. Like my daughter, I was like, be so for real. Like, what are you trying to do to mommy? Okay. 5 months she gave me, and
Yeah.
I'm doing it, right? Um, but this idea that I don't have to chase everything to be positive. I don't have to chase everything. I don't have to earn my worth, and I don't have to earn rest. I already deserve these things, and the worth is already within me. So, so vital. Can we go to the next slide?
Mhm.
So, one of the things that we want to do is I love doing this exercise of write and release because what happens is inside of us, we're going to have these thoughts. They're kind of running around in our heads, and it's really difficult to figure out how to get to the bottom of them. We're not really sure. And so, what we're going to do real quick, we're going to put a clock up. Actually, we're only just going to do 2 minutes looking at our time, just 2 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, and I want you to, if you have like, you're following along with us, you can grab a pen and a paper, and I want you to just do free writing answering these questions. What thought has been living in my head rent free? And what's one truer, kinder thought I want to believe instead? Because it's not about what you believe, it's about what you want to believe. Belief happens only when you want to believe something different. And that means shutting everything else out. So we're going to put on a little bit of music. We're just going to do 2 minutes. And then if you can all just do free writing, I have my pen. I'm going to do some too. I don't just teach it, I actually do it. And we're going to do that real fast. Can we get that music on? You have just about 10 more seconds. Okay, thank you for that music. Perfect. All right, so I hope you had an opportunity to do that with us. If that seemed a little odd, these are the things that I do in the middle of my day. If the mind is not working correctly, there's a couple of practices that I do, and that's one of the first ones. When I work with a new client as a coach, it's one of the first things that I have them do. When I was, driving in my Mary Kay business with my team, we did this because sometimes it's what's going on between here. You need to release it and get rid of it. And one of the best ways is by writing it out and actually seeing it and then changing what those thoughts are. So can we bring up the next slide? Think about what it was that, came up for you, because many times we're carrying things that no longer serve us. They drain your positive mindset and your clarity. So if you're like this poor girl here and you're carrying all this stuff and you have more stuff that you've got to carry as well, maybe it's putting down bad friendships. Maybe it's putting down those difficult negative self-talk. Maybe it's your body image that's keeping you from where you want to be because you don't think you're worthy of being there. Maybe it's very distorted. Or maybe you're overworking and you think you have to in order to achieve. And so you're just like at every end, burning it, burning it, burning it, burning it. What would happen if you put some of that down? So once you write it out, you can actually see tangibly what's really going on. Not the smiles, not the girl, I'm doing good, not the high fives, not all of that. What's really happening? Because sometimes we won't allow ourselves the time. Can I have the next slide? So now what we're going to do, since you have some of that in your mind of what those things are that you may want to release, we're going to do a little tapping. All right. So I decided to become an EFT practitioner and get certified because I've been using tapping for years and years and years. And because it did feel a little weird, and I only teach it to just a couple of clients because clients were like, that's really weird. Now it's very mainstream. And
Yes.
I thought, this is ridiculous. Let me get myself certified. And so I started working on it. And as a part of my podcast, we do have a podcast called Getting to After. You'll notice in my slides, it has my logo, Getting to After. We do tapping every single week on Monday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern. And that's a whole library of them up there talking about all the things that we as women, especially those in midlife, are dealing with. So emotional freedom taking, if you think about it, it's like acupuncture, but without the needles. So a little softer on your body. It's also a way to self-soothe without the extra calories on our butt. So if chocolate self-soothes you or a little spritzer, all right, you don't have to do either one. You don't have to do either one. You just tap on specific points in your body. And it's a way to kind of talk to your nervous system. If you imagine you want to talk to your best friend and say, are you doing okay? We never think about how do we talk to our bodies? How do we talk to our mind? It's listening. It's listening to all the negative stuff, but it's also listening when we give it some relief. And so it's a quick and easy way. You don't even have to believe in it, but it's a way to clean that mirror. When our mirror gets a little dirty, when a bird goes on your windshield, and then you
Yeah.
don't have the right, and then you put the windshield wipers on, it's dry, now it's smeared. We need to clear all of that up. All right.
Mhm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through just a little bit of emotional freedom technique. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to do it, Brittany, you can do it along with me.
Happily doing it with you. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the first one, and I'm not going to explain everything. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to do it.
Okay.
What we're going to do, I wrote one out today. I'm going to be reading this, and you can just follow me with the places that I tap on my body. It's very gentle, maybe 3 or 4 fingers. We usually use these 3 right here. And we're going to start here. This is called the karate chop point. And just repeat after me. Even though I've been working so hard
Even though I've been working so hard
just to feel okay,
just to feel okay,
I acknowledge this pressure
I acknowledge this pressure
and I'm open to letting it go.
and I'm open to letting it go.
Even though I feel as if I don't do enough,
Even though I feel as if I don't do enough,
my mindset feels broken sometimes.
my mindset feels broken sometimes.
I allow myself to have peace.
I allow myself to have peace.
And even though there are days where I don't feel that I'm enough,
And even though there are days I don't feel I'm enough,
I'm open to letting that go.
I'm open to letting that go.
Okay, so now we're just going to go through the tapping points. We're going to start at the eyebrow point, right? And just do what I do. Okay. This constant pushing,
This constant pushing,
side of the eye, this old belief that I have to earn my worth,
this old belief that I have to earn my worth,
under the eye, these thoughts that take up space in my head rent free,
these thoughts that take up space in my head rent free.
under the nose. Maybe they came from someone else's voice.
Maybe they came from someone else's voice.
Chin. Maybe I've been believing them too long.
Maybe I've been believing them too long.
Collarbone. Feeling like positivity means pretending.
Feeling that positivity means pretending.
Then under the arm, feeling like ease isn't allowed.
Feeling like ease isn't allowed.
Top of head. But I'm ready to clear this noise.
But I'm ready to clear this noise.
Okay, we're going to go through one more round. I'm allowed to think kind thoughts about myself.
I'm allowed to think kind thoughts about myself.
Side of eye. I don't have to push to be powerful.
I don't have to push to be powerful.
Under the eye, I can lead from peace.
I can lead from peace.
Under the nose, my mindset is mine,
My mindset is mine,
and I choose to center it in the real truth.
and I choose to center it in the real truth.
Chin. Positivity does not mean pretending.
Positivity does not mean pretending.
Collarbone. It means my presence.
It means my presence.
Under the arm, it means my purpose.
It means my purpose.
Top of head. And I choose to show up knowing I am already enough.
And I choose to show up knowing I am already enough.
Okay, take a deep breath in. Let it out. Kind of move yourself around. It's so funny that you do that with your neck. That's what happens. There's a
I,
release of energy when you, right? You felt it.
yeah,
I
I
know.
did. And I normally don't, I don't know. I don't always do like, the talk through phases. And hey, if that's you on the other side of that camera, that's okay. Like if you didn't do the exercise with it, that's okay.
It's
But
okay.
I
It
did.
matters though. It
I did. And
matters.
that was really interesting to feel that. I did not expect that to happen. That's really
No
cool.
one ever does.
Yeah.
And it's subtle, but sometimes it's huge breakthroughs. And just in
Mm-hmm.
case you did do it, a lot of things could happen. You might cry, you might tear up,
Mm-hmm.
you might get the chills, you might burp, believe it or not, pass gas. I know that's gross, but it's what happens. It is releasing of energy. It's organs releasing their toxicity. It's emotions being released. That's why it's called freedom technique. All right, go
Chatone, I
ahead.
just want to share with you really quick. We have some comments that are coming in.
Oh, sure.
Janice, Cheryl, and Denise they're all affirming the tapping exercise. We just did Shawnee as
Oh,
well. They said, wow, love this. I love tapping. This was so good. I needed
oh,
that.
wonderful.
I let it go. I did the tapping. So there's so many women on the other side who are doing this exercise with us, and they're so grateful for you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So just to let you know, if you need a tapping practitioner, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, you can always get in touch with me to get a one-on-one session at bit.ly/tap-chat. So can I see the next slide? Okay, so this is my motto. Brittany has heard this a million times, all right? Release negativity so your positivity can reign in your brain and your business and your big, but beautiful life. I am known as the princess of positivity, and I believe in this thought so much, but I said this for years. It's been my motto like 10 years. I've been the princess of positivity since like registered trademark since like 2016. But the truth is, I never told anyone how. It's almost like it was a secret, but there's practices that go through. You do not just wake up this way. That's a whole lie. I want you to notice if you see a little shift here. Did you see it? Right?
I did.
You see this woman, she's like, yes, right? But
Mm-hmm.
on on her shoulder is the other feelings. On her shoulder is the mindset that she's looking to shift. So, which one are you? Are you truly embodying that positivity? Are you truly working on your mindset, whatever that looks like? Or are you just pretending? Is the positivity not pretending? Are you just like, I don't even know if I have it? It's worth thinking about. Can I see that last slide? So here's the gifts. All right. Here's the gifts. You made it to the end. So every Monday, I have a podcast. You'll see there in a picture, that's my partner, Morgan Bustos. And as was mentioned in the beginning, um, she was a victim of domestic violence. I would say a survivor. And so we initially started working with different shelters and different women, like all ways of putting forth the message you can be a survivor. But then we realized we wanted to have a broader audience. So we really do speak to midlife women, say 35, mid 35 and up. And we have this, we giving you a positive mindset shift every Monday. Okay, every Monday. But there's a whole library out there. We're so excited. We've been doing it every single week since October. And it's not easy. I am the producer, I'm the director, I'm the editor. But it's fun. And if you have your phone and you want to, the QR codes will bring you to all of these places. You can also just look on YouTube and you can find us at Getting to After. So one of the free gifts is our new magazine. We have this e-zine. We just put out a new spring issue. That's the cover of it. And you can get that at bit.ly/G2A spring. We talk about all things like, you're in April now, and it's like, what happened to the resolutions and the goals? We have a health and wellness section because I'm a writer. We have some fiction in there, really good, cute fiction and poetry. And then we also have all things to help you learn how to tap and to tap through certain things. And then we have a bonus in this particular one where you actually can go in and do a grounding and signature exercise live with us. And then lastly, we have a free tapping guide, which really takes you through a lot of what we talked about today about limiting beliefs. You can get that at bit.ly/G2A-LB1. And so it's a tapping guide that teach you what tapping is, give you a little bit more insight about it, but also take you through, if you have a bunch of limiting beliefs, what can you do? You showed up here, so good job, you. But
Yeah.
there's ways to do this so that you can continue on this journey. And I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate you all. If you want to find us again, definitely go to our every Monday. I think this Monday coming up. Oh, we have such a good topic. Ooh, it's so good. And this Monday has everything to do with a little bit of body image.
Mm-hmm.
Because as spring comes, we start taking
Mm-hmm.
clothes off. Everybody start wearing it. So we're gonna be
I was just about to say, spring is coming. Winter is no more. We are.
well. I'm on the East Coast, so we had
Oh
32
man, I
degrees
know.
today.
I
So
know. I know. Even in California right now though, on the SoCal side, man, it's been like a June gloom recently, and so it's very interesting to experience all that. So, yes, I completely agree, Chatone. It's a good time to start talking about
yeah,
healthy body image and really taking our own ownership of
yes,
making sure that we feel really confident in our own skin.
yes.
You are such a light. Oh my goodness. Your timing was impeccable today, Chatone. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I needed so many of these reminders today, and I am going to go into our chat as well. So many women got so much from
Oh,
this.
I'm so glad.
They're getting some of the things you said. They said being on purpose is critical. One's energy set point is critical. Within validation, yes, there's so many people who got so much out of this today, Chatone. So,
Oh,
is
I'm
there
glad.
any other places that we can find you? Can we follow you on Facebook, on
Yes.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Tell us where to find you.
So on Facebook, you can and I forgot to put it up on the slides, but on
That's
Facebook,
okay.
you can find me at Chatone Morrison Consulting. And basically, that's the main place where I am right now. If you feel like having a little fun with me, go to Real Princess of Positivity on TikTok. TikTok is my great love right now. It's not just for kids. So if someone told you that, their mindset's off. TikTok is my happy place. Okay. So a lot of my content is on TikTok. But we're talking about business. We have the podcast, of course. We have Chateau Marsa Consulting. And we're starting to add content to a Facebook page called Getting to After and also on Instagram. So if you put anything Getting to After, you're going to get everything Chatone Morrison and Morgan Bustos, my partner. And she told me to tell everyone hello as well, because we work together on this project. It's really made a lot of impact for a lot of women,
Yeah.
giving them what we call an empowerment essential kit, where when they go into a shelter, they can have the things they need. Everything they would need that they didn't get to take from home. We don't even think about that stuff if we're not a victim, right?
Mhm.
And so it's been really a challenge to see some of the things we've seen, but just heartwarming work.
Absolutely. Oh, Chatone, thank you so much. Everyone is saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Love this, love this, love. Like, there's so many comments pouring in for you.
Aw.
Thank you so much, you guys. The biggest way that we can give thanks for Chatone and for her time, follow her, give her some likes and comments on her content as well. And can I just say, I was actually every time I go onto TikTok, I think it's because I don't go on there often enough. Your videos are always the first videos that I see. I think it's because we're friends on TikTok. I need to get on there more, honestly. I'm not on there enough. But when I go, I always see your videos. And she is the most soothing voice to listen to. In all of her videos, she shows us her fashion. She shows us, like, I just love watching your content. It's so soothing. And I feel like if you're going to go down the rabbit hole of watching videos, you might as well go down your rabbit hole of watching your videos.
Thank you.
Okay, that's my POV.
Thank you. It's fun. It's fun for me. And I think that people are scared of it. And it goes back to the same thing mindset. So I was scared. My first video, I took it in my bathtub. I didn't even want my kids to see me doing it. Like, I was hiding. I'm not lying, in the bathtub. And I have a big tub. But after a while, I was like, you know what? If I do it wrong, if it's crazy, who cares? And I realize a lot of my customers come from there, a lot of my clients, and a lot of just really positive energy. Um, so I love it. So
I
yeah, that's
love
right. But I'm
that.
gonna be. A lot of people tell me get back on Instagram, so I'll be there. I'll be
You're
there.
like, okay, okay. I love it. Well, Chatone, thank you so much. You are welcome to our Leave Our Stage. I'm going to give a couple announcements now to our Pink Tech Tribe out there. I hope you guys are enjoying this incredible training workshop series that we're diving into. And we have a couple extra trainings that are coming up very soon. Another one of my dearest girlfriends, Martita Robbins, is going to be coming on in 2 weeks from now, and there we go, how to bounce back from burnout as a busy woman. That is her training topic, and that's going to be on April 10th. And I want you guys to spread the word. If you're enjoying these incredible workshops, refer women to come to our group, and it can be anyone from the entrepreneur aspect of female boss babes getting it done in this 2025 world that we live in. They could be from a direct sales background, they can be from a corporate background, they could be from any industry. And if they're wanting to really hone in on these technological tips and trainings, as well as enhancing their own business mindset, this is the place to be. So we cannot wait to see you guys in 2 weeks. Mark your calendars, set an alarm on your phone so you don't forget, so you can jump on live, because experiencing it live is so much better than watching that replay sometimes. And we'd love to see you guys here in just 2 weeks. All right, ladies, you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now. See you guys next time.